Hello, and welcome to another episode of Techono. My name is Petra, and I really appreciate you for taking the time on your Saturday to follow some, new live streaming gear and all kinds of how-tos. Hey, I'm back. Yes, that's right. After about 2-3 weeks of, honestly, in hindsight, of course, it was the whole summer was a little bit awkward, and there's a few times that I could not make it. But I'm back, and we will be here. Hopefully, if everything, if health permits, I will be here every single week until at least mid-December. And then I will again take some time off, like I always do, especially because the last Saturdays of the year will be on the 24th, which is Christmas Eve, and the 31st, which will be New Year's Eve. So it makes perfect sense, right? To skip those 2 dates. Otherwise, of course, I will be there more often. Hey, but welcome anyway for being here. MT again, like always, as the first one that has arrived. Really appreciate you for being here. MT, by the way, I have seen you live and direct, and I know how you look like. So cool to see you live. Like many of you, I have learned that a few people that are watching the show were also at IBC. And we were talking and really appreciating a quick hi. So thank you so much for that. Namaste to Go Web Technologies. Welcome. Real appreciate you for being here. Vilazil is in the garage computer and same time prepping cameras, etc. for tomorrow's live streaming gig. Cool. Phil, tell us more about what you're gonna do tomorrow. Looking forward to learning more about that. Anthony says, I'm also on my Garage Notebook Chromebook. Also next week, a 4-day event in Stuttgart. It's so amazingly awesome. I'm a little bit jealous. The next week is going to be a little bit of a, laid back from the perspective of Techono, laid back from the perspective of the productions. But I'm going back to my day-to-day job, which is also very cool, of course. And definitely also something that I'm looking forward to see my colleagues. Orbital is greetings from Germany. Grüßen. Really appreciate you for taking the time here. And MT, I'm also glad to see you guys also. I miss you from one side, so it's really cool to be back and to talk about the favorite things that we all are here for, and as of course live streaming gear, etc. So of course, as the first video of after the summer, I want to talk to you about a product which is called the Yolobox Pro. I have it in front of me. Let me make sure that the camera will not fall. This is the Yolobox right here. Let me try to. So this is the side. This is the front, and the Yolobox is actually a multi-camera production suite that is created by YoloLive. I will show you very quickly their website so that you have a bit of a feeling on what it is before we really dive into it, because it is quite an awkward piece of product. So let's just talk about what they have. So this is, they're saying building next generation live streaming tools, the ultimate all-in-one live streaming studio. And they have a few products. They've got the original Yolobox right here. That's what got them started. The Yolobox Pro, the Yolobox Mini, and the InStream, where let me just say the Yolobox, the OG, gave you the ability to have already multiple cameras connected. But I believe on top of my head, too, the Yolobox Pro actually added a third HDMI cable right there for you. And that's also the one that I have in front of me. The Yolobox Mini is just one HDMI, but you can also bring in a USB camera. and the fourth is an in-stream, which in my opinion is the same thing as the Yolobox Mini, but then it's just 90 degrees, like so. But it is definitely a separate product because it's also has a better CPU in there. So it's not the same. It's definitely not meant to be the same. It's also not the same use case. So it is let's say a very interesting setup, and I have to admit that I was on the fence a lot before I bought my Yolobox Pro. The reason that I was on the fence is that I could not I could not see it doing the things that it should do for me. And so it took me quite a while. I actually looked into a lot of versions that came out, and I have to admit that the Yololife team are really pushing a lot of updates across the months and the years. So they're definitely not silent. They're doing a great job from that perspective. And I have to admit that about 2 versions back, it became on par with what I wanted to do. What did I want to do? That's, of course, very important to note, is that I actually bought this thing for 2 use cases. The first thing, the Yolobox Pro, to be honest, the Yolobox Pro, I bought it myself. I am using it for 2 different use cases, and maybe as a third coming, but the 2 that I bought it for was for my day-to-day job. That's right. For my work at my day-to-day job, I typically do present quite a lot to our internal customers, to colleagues, showing them around. And I wanted to be able to have the functionality to play videos, move to a whiteboard, being able to capture multiple screens at the same time. And I wanted it to be basically what I could do with vMix or with an ATEM and vMix, but then in a very small box. And as you can see, it is quite a small box. Of course, you do see the Tectono Purple Aaron Parecki desk clamps, as I call it, or desk stand. That's what I wanted to say. But it is a very good a small device. But this is not the way that this is not the way that I actually used it. I actually used it together with a cage also provided by Aaron Parecki, as you can see, also in Tectono Purple. And I actually have a quick video to show you what it was like together in my hotel room when I was there. So I will put it on my phone, and I will show it to you right now. So hopefully so this is what it looks like. So it is a case with 2 lights on each side. You also see a microphone remote, and this was my bedroom, and of course I also had some colors that made it more Tectono Purple. I love that. I love blue. I love purple, as you know, and this is basically all that I had to do to make it look good. And again, let's go back to the unit. So this is on a stand with an iPad. So I didn't bring any laptop with me. And this is basically how it looked like. And I will show you, I will give a short demo on how things look like for real life. The only thing that I cannot show you is the content. So that's the reason why I'm letting this be there a little bit longer, so that you can see that you can actually also see the comments and use that for that. So that was a fantastic setup. I love that those lights to bring me some more lights here. Of course, I do wear glasses, so you did see the lights in my glasses. If I look up, you also see that I have it on top of myself to avoid that from happening now. But that is a little bit of different. But hey, it was really cool nevertheless. So let me check if there are any questions before I continue. Eric says, nice stand. Yes, the desktop stand that I have right here, it's really beautiful. Also perfect color in my opinion. And Veal says, I'm streaming my son's American football team's semifinal game. I'm using a simple setup, one live camera and another for scoreboards. Replay with PC OBS and encoding done with the A10 Mini Extreme. Sweet, Veal. Very nice setup there that you have there. All right, so now that you know what it is, what the A10 Mini does, or sorry, the A10 Mini, the Yolobox Pro does, I thought it would be cool to give you a little bit more insight and the differences between the units, like I said before. So there are two models that are meant to stream to Facebook, to YouTube, to Twitch. That is the Yolobox Pro and the Yolobox Mini that I have right here. This one, by the way, is being delivered to me via YOLO Live. So that is a sponsored thing. So I will be talking about that later. Not today. I will be talking about the Yolobox Pro, which I have bought with my own money. So what did it look like? How did I use it? What was the way of working? So actually, to be honest, I started to have that contraption with the cage, with the camera on top, with the audio, with the Yolobox Pro inside of it, and of course the tripod as a way to stream and to record things. So actually, I started with the whole contraption, which is roughly this size, so it's really big. And I actually did that with the intro of the of all of the reports. So as you might remember, I had this video, and we're gonna show it one more time with me standing outside of the venue. People are walking in. I also used the same setup. So the Yolobox Live here, camera here, audio here, and then just swiped around a little bit to show you the Blackmagic stand, the VMix stand, the Bird Dog stand, etc., etc., etc. So I did use that directly. What I love about this is that you can very easily record on the device itself, and it has a very nice, I would say, file manager, so you can also delete it if you don't like it. You can just come back to it, etc. So that's what I did on the Yolobox itself. However, it is really huge, as you can see. You have a camera on top of it, like so. Let me unhook this camera first. So like so. So you have this camera on top of it, like so, and on a tripod. And before you know it, you have a lot of weight to get along. However, the beauty of that is that you don't have to have any post-processing anymore, which that was great. However, that does come out with a cost, is that people tend to do not like when you bring along this kind of contraption. So to be honest, the second day I actually just used my, sorry, you will hear that. I just used my phone, and the phone is actually really well done. And the other thing what I did was that I paired it with the DJI mic, and this is the DJI mic box that you can see right here. So I will be putting my phone there. I will be opening up the DJI mic, and look what happens. So this is the DJI mic right there. Focus. There you go. And I'm opening it up, and once I open it up, it will turn on. It will try to figure out, it will connect all three devices, and it will hook it up immediately, which is fantastic. And the other thing that I did was I removed this receiver. I removed this clip right here, and now I have to do that right here. I added the Thunderbolt, the lighting connector. I add look at the arrows, make sure that the arrows are okay. Let me check that I'm not making a fool of myself. Yeah. and I did this. So now it has the possibility to be connected to the iPhone, like so. Connecting it is as easy as this. And I have the iPhone where I can just run Filmic Pro or just the camera, and I have audio right there. Now, this works quite well in a room like this. So you have a very good quality audio production right here. Now, I have to admit, there are a few things that I've learned. If you have two microphones like I have right here, you do not want to have them close to each other due to the fact that you will hear a little bit of a delay between the two, which is a bit of a, honestly, it's very, very limited, but you can hear it. That's the first thing. The second thing is that if you are at IBC with a lot of noise around you, you tend to either talk louder than when you test, what happened a few times, or alternatively, if you put it right here, you're going to talk a little bit slower or not so loud, and then you do this and you do this, and you cannot hear a lot. So that was a little bit of a bummer. So I don't think that these are the best for work in an environment like IBC. However, I do still believe that they're really, really good. The quality is extremely good if you are just by yourself or in a controlled environment with not too much noise. And yes, you can still do some other stuff as well to make it sound better. There are, of course, also dead cats that are available with this device as well. But anyway, there you go. I will be... don't want to record. There you go. And it's done. And it will automatically also charge it in this case, which is fantastic. So that was the audio part of things. The camera was the Sony A6100, which is basically the same camera that you're looking at right now, but this is a 6400 and that's a 6100. It's a little bit less, but it's really, really good. Let me check. Eric says the Yolobox Pro with a full-size camera on top. The microphone is very tall, heavy. I think the Apple iPhone is a good compromise for the field recordings. Yes, I totally agree with that statement. And to be honest, if I would have not said it to you, I doubt that you would have figured that out for yourself. I think that this is really good. MT says, I also agree, Eric, those iPhone cameras are really good. I've seen some concert recordings in 4K by iPhone and they look amazing. Yes. And I totally agree with that statement. I would state that if I would have the iPhone 14, it would be even better because then I can even, pre-process the whole thing. The only thing is, of course, that if you have the pre-processing in there as well, you have ProRes, for example, then of course you do need to have a laptop, and that's besides the point. I wanted to travel light this time, so I only bought the Yolobox Pro, the iPad that I have, the iPad Mini, and the iPhone 12? Yeah, the iPhone 12 Pro. Those are the three things that I brought with me, and I was really appreciating it. I actually think that the Yolobox was a good solution, because what happened was that I recorded on my phone, and for some reason I forgot to bring in my special Lightning to HDMI adapter. I totally forgot about that. So I was in a problem that I needed to do something else. So what I did to still be able to play it off somewhere was that I actually copied the file from the phone to the iPad, and from the iPad I played it and recorded it directly on the YOLO Live. So it was a bit of a strange extra step. So again, via AirDrop from the iPhone 12 to the iPad Mini via AirDrop, from the iPad Mini via HDMI, bring it into the YOLO Live, and record it directly to the disk. And basically that was what I did for the most part, apart from one time that I forgot, for some reason I forgot to do that for one of the videos, and that video I actually directly played from the iPad, which was inside a better solution. Would have, that's a bit of less of a hassle, and it will also prevent one of the bugs that I found in the Yolobox Pro, which we will definitely talk about in just a minute. Dead cats are for larger boom mics. I guess the little mic, they call them dead mice. I still don't like the word dead cat, because of course I have two cats. By the way, my dad is here. He is watching over the two cats, so he's back. I'm really happy for that. It's just so great that he is finally back here in my condo. Anyway, so I promised you to show you a little bit around. So let me show you this right here. Boom, there you go. All right, so this is the Yolobox Live, and again I'm going to show you what you're looking at. Let me quickly create an NDI camera for you. Camera, and let me go to. Is this going to happen? This is not going to work, but I do have it here. Okay, so let's show you this first. So this is the Yolobox Pro right here. As you can see, it is a very small device. On the bottom, it has a tripod hole right here, right there in the center. Whoa, sorry for that. It has an SD card right there. You can also add a SIM card, which I did and do. So there is a SIM card right there and a power button right here. On the side, there is nothing. On the other side, there's also nothing. But on the front, right here, you see there's a plethora of connections. So on the right-hand side, let's start here. Oh, don't want it to fall now. This is HDMI 1, HDMI 2, HDMI 3. All of them are ins, so you can actually have 3 times HDMI in. You can actually also add a webcam if you like, which is cool. In network connection is there. This is where you will see the screens from. You've got a USB-C, which is one of the reasons why I bought it for my day-to-day job. And the other one, of course, I forgot about that to tell you. The other one is for taekwondo, obviously for roaming reporting. I've got a headphone jack, a line in and a mic, and a power USB. So that is what you're looking at, just for the sake of it. It does not come with the purple desk. That is something that I have actually purchased myself. And let's go there. So now you know where I was. Let me remove this part and lay it down. So yeah, so basically let's go one step. So this is what it looks like. You can hit the plus sign right here, and you can create either a live stream or yeah, let's say a monitor mode. For the sake of it, I can do both, but I will first show you what create a live stream looks like. So here you can add your live stream title, your description, and you can even set a date and a time. I didn't do that during my streams because I didn't really know when I wanted to go live, and I also wanted not to have too much of a delay because I didn't know what I needed to do. So basically that is that. You hit create, and then you will be presented with one of these. Now these are all ended, but maybe if I would press this one right here, this I cannot open that up again, right? So maybe if I can duplicate it, I can just say well, XXX, because, well, why not? YYY, there you go, and I hit create. Now I can open this one right here, And this is what it looks like. So I can go live via on the top via Yolocast. Yolocast is a service that YOLO Live provides, which allows you to also to stream to multiple locations. It will also allow you to stream to their own locations, so that you can put it behind a paywall and that kind of stuff. We'll talk about what I think about that in just a minute. Here you see that I'm streaming to Taekwondo, and only to Taekwondo in this case, and that's already switched on. I will switch it off just for the sake of it for now. But I can also go to Facebook, Twitch, and I can add a custom RTMP. And basically, what I did was I added a video source, and I actually created a lot of video sources, that, as you can see right here. There are a few of them. So I actually created specialized version for Taekwondo to start the show. However, I decided, because it was totally different than the show, that I wanted to start with something totally different. So I started always with this one right here. So I'm just pressing it once, adding the done. And now you see it right here. It's already walking. And what I did was I went to the overlays, which is this one right here. I'm pressing the plus sign. And now you see that you have a lot of different functionalities here to add an overlay. I actually added a custom, a timer. I actually did this one right here. And I did change the color of this so that it was a little bit more in line with my, with my layout. So I actually went to the ring color, like so. And I pressed this one right here. The third one, and I'm just hitting this. So this is a little bit more close to what I would do in case of my show. Then I actually added also a background music. And as you can see, I had multiple ones here working, but I do have one, well, not complaint, but one thing that I wanted to tell you is that you can only select one at a time. So you cannot select both of them. So what I actually did at first, I wanted to, have like 5 minutes countdown, but this song was less than 5 minutes. It was maybe 2.5 minutes at the most. So actually that was the reason why the first time there was a lot of nothing there. So that was a bit of a bummer, but there you go. You just add it. And now, of course, you can change the text. I didn't do that. What I did was I just added this one, and I went live like so. And here you can also see that it automatically starts the music. And basically that was the starting point of the show. Now, of course, I also need to have a camera. So I actually added a camera also today. I hope that it still works. Yes. And it's bringing it in. And the battery is almost over, but that's okay. Oh, the battery is over. Okay. Do I have a battery with me here? Am I in luck? No, I'm not in luck. Okay. But anyway, you just saw it in like 5 seconds, right? So yeah, so there was a possibility to add me here. I don't have anything else to add at the moment, I see. Oh well. So the next part would be if me talking. And then I added also another video. For example, I wanted to add, Tim from vMix, for example. And what I did was yada yada yada. I'm ready. So then I went to my own to present. Unfortunately, again, it died on me just now. But you can see it's trying to add it at least. So here you can see how that would look like if I would do that. So very quickly, no, I cannot show it to you. There. That's a bit of a bummer. Anyway, blah, blah, blah. And then once I was done, I just hit this, and then it will automatically start to play that and talk about, in this case, all the things of vMix. I actually now I have 2 videos added, and I actually wanted to also add a third, but that's not possible. You only have 2 slots available to you, so you have to remove one. So what I did was I actually removed this one right here. Oh no, this one right here, like so, delete. And then I went to the third one, and I would add this one right here. And once I've done that, and this one was ready, I went to this one, and boom. That was roughly the show. And after that, of course, I needed to... in the meantime, I almost forgot, you guys were here in a comment session where I could see what you guys were saying and how things were going. But actually, you could see, even though my camera didn't work, that it was all possible. Was it very good? I would state for what it is, it's extremely good, right? So there's a lot of possibilities here for you to work with. However, to make a show like this, where it's for me very easy to click and say greetings to Pete, very easy, and just to run a macro or something, that is something that the box doesn't do. So you do need to do everything yourself. You also need to don't forget to remove, for example, audio if you're on the line. Yes, it does have audio follow video. I'm going to show that one more time. So you do have audio follow video, like on the top right position. However, you do not have that on the line in, which was a bit of a bummer, because that meant that I actually needed to shut off my microphone manually in order to go to another video without me being in there, or I needed to be very quiet. That was a bit of a bummer right there, but I mean, for what it is, I really think that this is a good setup for on location work. Is it something for a production like here? I would state vMix definitely is more capable due to the fact that it has a lot of automation possibilities. It is easier to create multi-layered structures, and it is also easier to find your way around. I found that a little bit a lot of work, but still something that I'm really looking forward to. It is a very capable product, and now I've used it for the Tech Condo reports, but actually I want to now also start to use it for my my day-to-day job, and to really present new things. And that's also where this one comes into play, the Yolobox Mini, which is really smaller than the one that I have in front of me. Again, this one is not bought by myself. This is one that YoloLife sent me, and I will be using that one and my own to talk about the company, the corporate presentations, because I think that one is really good for that one. I think, to be very honest, to put it very bluntly, I could have easily done the same thing with the Yolobox Mini, because I'm not using all three of the inputs at the moment. I have pre-recorded quite a lot, so I think, yeah, it was definitely all possible. Really like that functionality. I'm actually very pleased with that. I hope that you guys also are pleased. And if you want to know more about the Yolobox Pro or the Yolobox Mini, please let me know and ask questions for the next Q&A. Again, I will be talking about the Yolobox Mini, I think in about 2 weeks from now. I want to really give it some thoughts and how to test it and to be different than others. See a lot of Yolobox videos these days, but I want to do it a little bit different. So that is the reason. Eric says iPhone, AirDrop, iPad Mini, HDMI, Yolobox Pro pre-recorded a lot of steps that you say, but it worked, flexible in the end. Yes, definitely, absolutely flexible in the end. And to be honest, I could also bring along a laptop, but of course the laptop is way bigger. You still need to have a good camera. You still need to have audio. How do you bring it in? You need something else than the DJI. You need something bigger. So there's a lot of catches there. And before you know it, you have to have a bag only to bring along recording. So now it's just a part of a bigger bag, which is the difference. Finding my way around is something I've seen Aaron PK bump into as well, especially trying to use the Yolobox Pro in live stream. Yes, it is really something to get used to. So I do want to be very clear. I do like this box. I do really think that this is a game changer from the perspective of a live stream newbie that wants to have a good professional looking live stream. But I also want to say to you that please know that this comes with some additional steps that you need to do, looking at audio, looking at playing videos, that is way easier on a laptop with, for example, vMix than on the Yolobox Live, and especially because it's meant as a one-person band. And that is really a problem because you don't feel anything. There's no there are no buttons that you can push. That's the beauty of, for example, the Stream Deck that I have in front of me. There's literally buttons that I can just feel. It's like, oh, this is the third button. I need this one, and I can still look at you. That's not possible on YOLO Live because it's all a touchscreen, and there's a lot of navigating across all of the functionalities. But still, I really think that it's a good product for what it is. Eric says, and the limits of 2 video playbacks is not something I've seen noticed before, so not real playlists as such. No, you really have only 2 videos at your disposal at one time, and on top of that, the video is in a loop, which is also something that you get used to. So you do see a time, how much it takes before the video is ended. But if you go to another one, either you have audio follow video switched on, so then the audio goes away, or alternatively, and that's specifically with the if you use the line out or for something, then you will hear the audio in the back. So you really need to shut it off. And the only way of shutting it off is literally to just remove it, which is also a bit of an annoyance. So indeed, no lists. It just loops. So it comes with some things that you really need to recognize. Bill says, what settings did you use to record in the Yolobox Pro? I think just standard. Let me see. Yeah, I didn't change anything on that one. Recording limits. Yeah, so recording limits I just put on 10 minutes because the videos are small anyway, and everything was default. Nothing specifically changed. So that was really straightforward. Oh, I did put it on 1080p. So let me show you the screen again. This time full size. So here you see that 1080p. You can also put it on 720 or 480p, but of course we like to have everything HD. And basically all I did was press the record button and hit start recording. That's all I did. It was, and if you look at the encoding settings, just this CBR, 3 megabits, 30 frames a second. So that was good. Yeah, that's all. Yes, I totally agree with you there, MT. So indeed, it always depends on the use case. That's also the reason why actually in hindsight, the first video actually didn't go that well, because I wanted to do the same as I would do on vMix. That was the error. I needed to really think about a new way of working that was really aimed towards the Yolobox Pro. Once I understood that the Yolobox Pro is not vMix, it's something different. Once I accepted that in myself, so that was after the first tryouts during the 3 days, it went better, and I started to work a little bit differently so that I didn't get into those issues that I just talked about. I still think that there are issues, but they're not as big because there's always a workaround at your disposal. There's one thing I cannot show you at the moment due to the fact that my camera is not working, but there's one really, a really big bug in my opinion, is that if you're live, so I'm talking to you, and I am removing one of those two videos, the first video, so video 1, I'm removing, and video 2 is still there. Then if I remove video 1, it automatically shows video 2, even though I'm still talking at that time. So I'm not even touching video 2. That's a bug in my opinion. That should be fixed. But that's okay in my opinion. I mean, that's just the way it is. And they are gonna fix that. So sorry for the drink, by the way. I'm a little bit. I have a bit of a sniffle, which is better than the last time that I did IBC. This because in 2019, when I went to IBC, I was so sick. Having a lot of bronchitis issues, that kind of stuff. Now I just have a little bit of a, very, very mild cold. I tested this morning, nothing was wrong, but it's, it is hindering a little bit, but not so much. Eric says, loop video, okay, that's something to watch out for. Yeah. On the other hand, looping a video, especially the one that I used for the startup of the show, was excellent. That's exactly what I wanted at that time. So I was really happy. But during the interview, that was a bit of a hinder. And I actually wanted to be able to just say, no, I just wanted to play once and then go back to the main camera, for example. And that's those kind of triggers, as I can call them, or macros, or whatever you want to call them. Those are absent on the Yolobox, unfortunately. Philip is also in the house. Welcome, Philip. I like the idea of the Yolobox, especially for portable live streams, walking around. But I think that my events you're using ATEM, OBS are more gear, with more gear. With more gear makes more sense so far. Yeah, totally with you, Philip. I actually think that this is really a box, and I'm showing you the Yolobox again. This is really meant for, I would say, low-key setups. So I will not, even though I know that YOLO Live says that it's really for professional streaming, etc. I think that's definitely the case. I think that you can do that with this product. But you do have some limitations, and those limitations are, for me, a little bit too much. But I think for people that just start live streaming and are not technical and they just want to bring along the story, I think this is a fantastic piece of equipment. I just wanted to make sure. I am a little bit harsh on it today, I think, but I really think it's a great product. So it's a little bit, there are two different stories to it. Anthony has a question. He says, what size of the SD card in the Yolobox? Oh, do the Yolobox support? I have no clue. That's a good question. I don't know. I have quite a big one in there, to be honest, at the moment. But let me check that out if they have that on their website. I would expect that they have this kind of stuff on their website at least. Yes. So yes, they have it on their website. So it can hold up to 128 gigs of storage. States right here. 128 gigs of storage. Let me check what I have at the moment. I actually don't know. Oh, it's just 64 gigs. So, So I only added 64 gigs. So it's definitely less than 128. So that was that. Will it record in 4K? No, it will not record in 4K. HD is the max. 1080p to be more precise. Raul says, I think it's okay as a backup device. If dies on travel, that's it. I have the original one, and I think it's uncomfortable. Yeah, so I think that's I have a love-hate relationship with it. To be honest, why do I say it that way? I think it's for what it is. It's really good, right? So, but you really need to have specific use cases for this device, like for example, mobile streaming. I want to be able to stream from a hotel. This is a good device. I want to be able to stream a Microsoft Teams or a Zoom call in a good way, in a good fashion. This is a good device. I want to be able to have a professional looking stream, but I don't want to have a lot of stuff in there. I just want to bring along my message, and maybe I want to have a simple start of the show, simple and I don't care too much about the look and feel of it. Then what I mean by graphics, I mean the graphics I don't care about. I just want to have standard graphics. That's okay for me. Then that this box is great. You cannot, at the moment at least, create your own graphics. Yes, you can do your own overlay, your own picture overlay. That is possible, and yes, it supports PNG. But to have a lower third that you can edit on the spot, there needs to be a template that Yolobox provides, which is a bit of a bummer. Yeah. So that is roughly it. Okay. So I actually already talked about what I think about the YOLO Live. I think it's a great system. It's going to be part of my my workflow, not weekly, but if I have to go a step outside, do something else, maybe if I'm on a gig, I can actually also use it as a way to contact with you, even though I'm not in the studio. That might be a good addition to this channel. And of course, what I said, the corporate streams, I definitely like it. But in all fairness, the Yolobox Pro might be a little bit overkill in hindsight. Maybe I should just have used the Yolobox Mini. And of course, we will give that one also a spin to really get into it and really check what we think about it. I don't have access to the in-stream, which is a vertical video by the same company, YOLO Live. It looks a lot like the Yolo Box Mini. However, it does have a different software, and it does have a quicker CPU. So it's not 100% the same, but it's definitely a good video if you like vertical video. JM Film, welcome. I use 4400 gigabyte SD in my Pro without problems. That is so cool to know. Thank you so much for that addition. Thanks, says MT. 1080p is also great. For 4K, you will need a quicker quite a large SD card, yes. With a special read write, yes. I do, yeah, like BMD recommends, yes. Philip says, thanks for the overview and explaining your uses for Yolobox. Yes, Philip, no worries, and really appreciate you for coming back and saying hi. And indeed, like MT says, it sounds great. I think that too, and yeah. I also love the, well, we don't, so we are just a community of people that wants to talk and geek about on video equipment, and together with all our minds together, we come up with a very good video and a good piece of content. So I really appreciate that. Next week, we're not going to talk about the Yolobox. It's going to be something totally different. But after that, a week after that, we come back to the Yolobox. But then for the Yolobox Mini, and maybe a comparison between the Yolobox Pro and the Yolobox Mini, so that you get a little bit of a better understanding of it. You got this. You got this. Great. Hey, I got something else to say to you. I am starting to be very, very close to 2,000 subscribers. So if you're not subscribed yet, please subscribe to the channel. Make sure to like this video. Comment if you haven't done it yet, because that will help the channel. And of course, that's the most important thing. If you really want to give me something, then the super chat is also available to you if you like, but that's not required. What is required is being part of the community. Yes, Eric, we are the community. These are our people. I totally agree with that. I love it. Phil says, thanks, Petra, for the community. Always nice to hear. Yeah, absolutely. I really... Oh, yes, we call it the extended family, right? MT. Thanks a lot, guys. Really appreciate you for taking the time. Next week, I'll be back. Hopefully with a better, not so much of a cold as I have today. But I will see you next time. Same place, same channel, same time. Have a fantastic weekend, guys. Bye-bye.